The physical cosmos. In this video, the science of the physical cosmos, that is, the universe or the matter created by God, and the pseudonymous science of the physical cosmos, that is, the matter that evolved, is considered. This is the part of the Doctrine of Creation. I would like to encourage you to watch my video on the Doctrine of Creation, as well as my another video on the natural cosmos, where the science of the natural cosmos or the life created by God, and the pseudonymous science of the natural cosmos, that is, the evolution of life or the origin of life, is considered. The science of the physical cosmos. Here, science is the systematic study of the structure and behavior of the physical universe, cosmos, or the world around us through observations and experimentations. It also includes the testing of the theories against evidence obtained through observation and experimentation. Whereas the pseudonymous science, that is, the so-called science of the physical cosmos, is full of theories and hypotheses which cannot be studied through observations and cannot be tested through experiments. The space telescopes that are developed with an extraordinary wisdom of man helps us to explore the physical cosmos or the universe that is around us. The observations or the science of the physical cosmos, the universe, is full of galaxies and innumerable stars, makes us feel very much thrilled. The observable universe is so big that makes us to wonder sometimes where we are located in such a vast universe. In the observable universe, there are so many superclusters of galaxies. One such supercluster is called Laniakea. The word Laniakea means immense heavens. We are located in that supercluster. In Laniakea, the supercluster of galaxies, it is observed that there are many local groups of galaxies. Virgo is one such local group of galaxies, where we have our galaxy Milky Way, along with other galaxies like Andromeda. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is about 100,000 light years wide. In Milky Way, we have our solar system, in which Earth and other planets are located. And our solar system is about 2 light years wide, that is 20 trillion kilometers wide. The universe is expanding. The observable universe or the physical cosmos is about 96 billion light years wide. The science reveals the wonders of the physical cosmos created by God. The structure and the behavior of the created physical cosmos can be studied systematically through observations and experiments. The observational science tells us that the complexity and order are seen in the universe. In other words, intricacy, diversity, and order are observed in the universe. It is also fine-tuned. In other words, the fundamental constants of the universe are fine-tuned. But the pseudonymous science, on the other hand, tries to find the origin of the evolved cosmos, which is full of theories and hypotheses which cannot be observed or tested through experiments. The storyline of the origin or evolution of the physical cosmos by the pseudonymous science starts with a Big Bang that happened at 10 to the power of minus 43 seconds, which is called Planck's epoch, followed by inflation. Inflation means expansion of the universe from size 0 to 10 to the power of 26, from the fraction of the fraction, the second, that is from 10 to the power of minus 36 seconds to 10 to the power of minus 32 seconds. After the expansion of the universe during the time of inflation, it was cooled, maybe because of some unexplainable reasons. And at the time of 10 to the power of minus 6 seconds, protons and neutrons were formed. Later on, because of the process of nuclear fusion, these protons and neutrons are combined to form nuclei of the light elements such as hydrogen and helium. After the nuclear fusion, atoms were formed through a process called recombination, where the electrons are combined with nuclei to form neutral atoms. According to this hypothetical storyline, through the process of recombination or photon decoupling, there was a cosmic microwave background radiation. After the formation of the atoms of the light elements, and after the cosmic microwave background radiation, which hypothetically thought was a result of the recombination process, nearly after 10 billion years, that is after the Big Bang, the first stars and galaxies were formed. Later on, 13.8 billion years after the Big Bang, we have now the formation of the solar system and the Earth according to the hypothetical storyline. The storyline of the hypothetical cosmos, or the formation of the hypothetical cosmos from the pseudonymous science or the so-called science, looks very attractive, trying to convince us of the formation or the origin, evolution of the cosmos. But it has so many obstacles and challenges. To start with, the biggest question is, what caused the Big Bang? The equally big answer is, no one knows. Though the theories offer intriguing possibilities, the true cause of the Big Bang remains speculative. The Big Bang starts with a point called cosmological singularity, with incredibly very high density and temperature. The problem with the cosmological singularity is that all the known physical laws break at this point. Therefore, the cosmological singularity cannot be observed or explained. For these reasons, The very thought of the cosmological singularity, the aspect of it, is unscientific. To solve the problems associated with cosmological singularity, the unification of the theories like general relativity and quantum theory was proposed. But these theories contradict with one another at cosmological singularity. In fact, they break down at cosmological singularity. Therefore, quantum gravity is proposed as another rescuing operation. But quantization of space and time is an unresolved concept. Moreover, bridging the gap between the microscopic scales of the quantum gravity and astronomical macroscopic scales of the structures of the universe is impossible. As another rescuing operation, string theory also was proposed. Therefore, the storyline of the hypothetical cosmos seems to be an unending story with a permanent problem. In the entire storyline of the Big Bang theory, only the cosmic microwave background radiation seems to be an observed phenomenon. Among the three strongest points for the Big Bang theory, cosmic microwave background radiation is one of them. The other two are the expansion of the universe and the abundance of hydrogen and helium in the universe. Though the cosmic microwave background radiation, or CMBR in short, is considered to be the strongest proofs for the Big Bang theory, but in fact it poses more challenges to it. Horizon problem is one of those challenges. It states that how two points which were never in contact with one another before have uniform temperatures even after 300,000 years. The CMBR also shows small density fluctuations. But the question is how these small scale fluctuations resulted in the large structures in the universe, such as the clusters of galaxies and galaxies. In order to solve the problems associated with CMBR or the challenges from the CMBR, the inflation is proposed. According to the inflation theory, after the Big Bang, which happened at 10 to the power of minus 43 seconds, within a fraction of the fraction of seconds, that is from 10 to the power of minus 36 seconds to 10 to the power of minus 32 seconds, the universe expanded 10 to the power of 26 times. After such an enormous expansion, the inflation somehow graciously reduced. In order to solve the problems associated with the inflation theory, many theories are proposed. One of those theories says that our universe might have probably bounced from another collapsing universe. Interestingly, it also says that our universe is the luckiest to have life in it. The concepts of dark matter and dark energy were proposed to solve the problems associated with inflation theory, how the inflation started and how the rate of inflation graciously reduced. Dark matter and dark energy are the building blocks of the present cosmological model, which is called lambda CDM model, where lambda stands for the dark energy, CDM stands for the cold dark matter. Dark matter is a mysterious substance which does not interact with light but is affected by gravity. The truth about the dark energy and dark matter is that they are unknown to science, therefore they cannot be observed. How the dark matter formed, how it interacts or does not interact with normal matter or the forces. What is dark energy? Is it a cosmological constant which balances the gravitational force? No one knows. Actually, dark matter and dark energy were there even before the Big Bang. What is the origin of the dark matter and dark energy? No one knows. While the Big Bang theory talks about the universe with an origin, there are other theories or hypotheses talk about the universe without origin. One such hypothesis is static universe hypothesis, where the universe is not expanding, having no origin, but having the cosmological constant fine-tuned to balance the gravitational force in general relativity. The second such hypothesis is steady-state universe, where the matter is constantly produced in order to keep the density constant as the universe is expanding. Both these hypotheses are ruled out in favor of the Big Bang theory. The Big Bang theory relies upon the crumbling scaffolding of hypotheses and theories, which try to work as rescuing theories for the Big Bang theory, because they pose challenges and problems to Big Bang theory itself. To begin with, the cosmological singularity. All the known physical laws fail at cosmological singularity. The CMBR, which seems to be the strongest proof for the Big Bang theory, poses challenges to itself. The horizon problem, the flatness problem, the quantum fluctuations, the formation of large-scale structures from uniform CMBR. Inflation, which is proposed to solve the problems with CMBR, also suffers challenges. What are the initial conditions for the inflation to start? In fact, inflation needs a false vacuum with high energy density. The dark matter and the dark energy that are proposed to solve the problems with inflation also faces challenges. What is the origin of the dark matter and dark energy? It seems they exist even before the Big Bang. If dark energy is the cosmological constant, fine-tuning of the cosmological constant is unresolved or unsolved problem of theoretical physics, because there is a huge gap between the theoretical value of the cosmological constant and the observed value. Coming to the formation of our solar system, within the Big Bang theory, there are hypotheses that propose the formation of the solar system. One such hypothesis, which is well accepted by the proponents of the Big Bang theory, is called the nebula hypothesis. According to it, our solar system was formed by a giant rotating cloud of gas and dust nearly 4.6 billion years ago. But the nebula hypothesis has its own problem. The first problem is angular momentum. If our solar system, the planets were formed because of a giant rotating cloud of gas and dust, why the angular momentum of Sun is lower than the planets in it? The second problem is rotation. Why the rotation of some of the planets in our solar system is different from others? Coming down to the Earth, how was Earth formed? If it is formed according to the nebula hypothesis, then it faces three major challenges: the time accretion or accretion time scales, heat dissipation, and volatile elements that are present on the Earth. How was Moon formed? There are many hypotheses to it. One of the most favored hypotheses is giant impact hypothesis. According to it, a huge Mars-sized object collided with the Earth, and as a result, Moon was formed. It faces three major challenges. The isotope similarity. Earth and Moon have remarkable similarity of the isotopes. According to the giant impact hypothesis, the Moon should have the isotopes of the object that collided with the Earth rather than having the isotopes of the Earth. Angular momentum. Earth-Moon systems' angular momentum is different from what the giant impact hypothesis predicted. The presence of the volatile elements on the surface or on the Moon. According to this hypothesis, there should have been no volatile elements present on the Moon. But in contradiction to it, there are volatile elements observed on the Moon. How the mountains are formed on the Earth? What is the origin of water on the Earth? There are no solutions, but there are some hypotheses that say some comets brought water to the Earth, or asteroids are the source of the water on the Earth. From the hypotheses or theories that we have considered so far, we can clearly see that in this pseudonymous science, so-called science, that tries to find out the origins of the universe, talks about the physical cosmos, everything in it is an ongoing research. It makes us to wonder, will there be any end to know the beginning? The observed unique features of the physical cosmos, namely the complexity, diversity, order, and fine-tuning, cannot be explained by the pseudonymous science with all its weighty hypotheses and theories. Moreover, the latest observations from the space telescopes contradict the hypotheses and theories. And therefore, there is an increasing need to update the hypotheses or theories or update the models of the cosmology. This is the current status of the cosmological model with all its hypotheses and theories. As it stands right now, it cannot provide all the answers related to the questions on the formation or the origin of the galaxies, stars, solar system, and the earth. On the other hand, the observed unique features of the physical cosmos, like complexity, diversity, order, and fine-tuning, point to the Creator God who revealed Himself in the Holy Bible. Here, the fine-tuning does not mean that the Creator God is the God of gaps, who somehow came into the picture or the gaps of the cosmological model and made the evolution or the formation of the universe possible. But fine-tuning means that if the constants of the universe are changed slightly, then the galaxies, stars, planets cannot be formed, and the life on the earth cannot exist. The physical cosmos, especially the solar system, in turn stands as a testimony for the creative acts of God. The physical cosmos, in turn, reveals the unique attributes of God. The omniscient, that is, all-knowing God, omnipotent, that is, all-powerful God, created such an unfathomable cosmos. He ordered His cosmos and fine-tuned it for His glory and for our existence. The good signs need not to be avoided by all those who believe in the Creator God, because the good signs enables us to know God better and serve Him or worship Him better, while it is making our lives better. In fact, God encourages us to consider the heavens that do declare His glory. The majority of the scientists around 18th and 19th centuries believed in the Creator God. The scientists who did the pioneering work in cosmology believe in the Creator God. Arno Penzias, the scientist who discovered the cosmic microwave background radiation, CMB, along with other scientists, never thought that his discovery would be used as a proof for the Big Bang theory, for he commented in 1978, "The best data we have are exactly what I would have predicted had I nothing to go on but the first 5 books of Moses, the Psalms, and the Bible as a whole." James Clerk Maxwell, who invented the electromagnetic theory or the electromagnetic waves, the theory that is extensively used even in the Big Bang theory, also believed in a Creator God. Eventually, one day all the scientists will come closer to God as they do the pseudonymous science, because God is present everywhere and no one can avoid Him. As Psalmist said in Psalm 139, God is present everywhere. He is omnipresent God. His fingerprints are there everywhere in His amazing creation. Pseudonymous science one day definitely will be replaced by science, good science, or the observable science. Everyone now has a choice, either to believe in the Creator God who created the real wonderful cosmos, or to believe in the pseudonymous science that creates a hypothetical cosmos. The God started the work of creation and finished it but the pseudonymous science is still evolving as the hypotheses or the theories are still an ongoing research. To believe in the pseudonymous science, which is still evolving, you need a faith, a false faith, and a false religion. But to believe in the Creator God, the God Himself, who is the author of faith, will enable you to believe Him and to come into a vital relationship with Him where you can find significance of life and the purpose of life.